What's happening? Welcome to the channel. Boy, I got one for y'all today. It seems like Stephen A. Smith can't let this rest. Stephen A. Smith just unloaded on Max Kellerman for like the third or fourth time. It's crazy. Well, everyone should know by now that Stephen A. Smith had Max Kellerman fired because he felt people was rocking with Max Kellerman over him. He wanted Max Kellerman to be a yes man, and Max stood on business. Max came at him with facts. Max spoke his mind. He wasn't trying to let Stephen A. Smith win no debate. Stephen A. Smith ain't like that. You feel me? With Stephen A. Smith being a big dog, he felt Max Kellerman was supposed to fall in line. The game don't go like that, man. I respect and I salute Max Kellerman for standing up for what he believed in, you feel me? Well, Stephen A. Smith went on Chris Carter podcast. It's called Fully Unloaded. It's a good podcast. Y'all should check it out. From the start, Stephen A. Smith started lying. Like, he was lying to the point to where if you was listening or watching that dude, you was like, man, this dude really wrong. Like, he started off talking about how he thought it was his fault that he got fired, that he got let go. Then he said it was his fault. He was just all over the place, people. It was a crying shame, man. You know what I'm saying? Chris Carter was sitting up there egging it on, you know? Y'all who don't know, Chris Carter's a Hall of Fame wide receiver who was working with Skip at Fox Sports 1. Same thing happened with them. Skip started talking crazy to the man. Thought Chris Carter wasn't going to stand up for himself or whatever. You feel me? And once Chris Carter did that, Chris had to go. So bringing Stephen A. Smith on, I already knew there was going to be some fireworks. They both were in similar situations, but just a little different. You know what I'm saying? Stephen A. Smith started off lying and said it was his fault that the chemistry wasn't good. Then he said it was Max's fault. 2 minutes later, he tried to manipulate the whole story instead of telling the truth, man. Right after that, you know what I'm saying? Which one it is? It can't be both, man. Like, people just wanted a straight answer, and he came with BS. But you know what's crazy? We haven't heard from Max Kellerman yet. That speaks volumes, you know? Stephen A. Smith said Max Kellerman used to talk too loud, which was nonsense. Ain't nobody talking louder than Stephen A. Smith with all that unnecessary yelling. He just tried to make it seem like Max is a horrible debater. He don't know what he doing. He a smart dude, but he just not the type of guy you debate. How come? When he was kicking your tail 7% of the time. You know what I'm saying? Stephen A. Smith said the ratings was down because of Max. He said the people was watching, but they was watching by default. He also said he wished him the best of luck, which is nonsense. If you wish him the best of luck, you wouldn't have spoke on this about 3 or 4 times. You would have spoke on it one time and left it at that. You're double talking. I was always told when somebody got a double talk, they lying. He tried to make it seem like Max Kellerman wasn't smart enough to debate him. You know? He tried to control him like a kid, talk to him in kind of way. Max wasn't going for that. Max stood on business, man. Now, from how I see it, Max Kellerman made Stephen A. Smith uncomfortable. He overshadowed him with superior debating skills. And like T.O. said, being more color-skinned than him, that hit his soul, man. Stephen A. Smith couldn't shake back from that, man. Once you hit somebody's soul with something, bro, like you could just see something change in them. Once T.O. spoke them words, it was over for Max Kellerman. Stephen A. Smith already had put in his head he was going to get him out the first chance he could. Because I was hearing He was trying to get him fired before T.O. even spoke that. Stephen A. Smith ain't nothing but a rat, man. A backstabbing rat. What's crazy is Mac's silence is better than Stephen A. Smith's voice. That's powerful, man. Max Kellerman was riding hard for the culture on certain topics. Stephen A. Smith wasn't, you know? Just because you look like one of us don't mean you're one of us, man. That's real talk. That's real talk. The streets gonna respect the real, man. Fakes and phonies gets no respect. Max hurt Stephen A. Smith intelligence. You feel me? His manhood. He hurt his manhood, man. The streets was feeling Max over Stephen A. Smith. And he knew it. He knew it, man. He knew it because he got his ear to the streets, son. He just knew it. Sometimes the guy who's being paid to be the smartest in the room, just not the smartest in the room and not the realest in the room. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation, man. Is Stephen A. Smith wrong or is he right?